The challenges, triumphs and dreams of an MPS patient. This is Simran Bhachu's story.
I would like to share a story with you. So, I was born on Friday the 16th of September 1994. It was a natural birth and I weighed 5 pounds and 14 ounces. Nothing remarkable, you may think, and I met all the usual milestones such as sitting up, walking, puking and talking. At the turn of the millennium, it was around the age 5 or 6 that my mum noticed I couldn't raise my arms above my head. She was trying to get me to wear a navy blue denim pinafore. This started the search for the reason why. Why was I beginning to seize up? It took a few years for the doctors and together with research by my dad to finally diagnose that I had MPS 1. At this point, and before we were referred to GOSH, my mum was told that I would not live past the age of 10. So one of my first triumphs has been to still be here at the ripe old age of 23. Now let me tell you about my challenges, triumphs and dreams whilst growing up to the present day. My parents were again advised that I would not achieve any GCSEs and would most likely leave school without any qualifications. Well, I guess the gauntlet was thrown and the challenges were set. One of my first dreams was to get enough qualifications to go on to further education. It was a rainy day when I went to school to collect my GCSE exam results. My parents had always said that the grades don't matter as long as I had done my best, and even if I got D's or F's or whatever, it wouldn't matter. I came back home rain-soaked and promptly told my mum through the glass panel on the front door, I didn't get any D's. I'm not quite sure what my mum thought at that point, but quickly I told her that I had actually passed 7 GCSEs, achieving grades A to C. Triumph. Here I must mention the Senkos, the special needs teachers, my friends and my family. The help and support they gave me, together with the belief in myself that I could achieve. My parents have never dissuaded me from anything, but always supported me with whatever I wanted to do, even though they knew it would be difficult for me. The next stage was a massive challenge, A-levels. I was actually advised against the A-level route, so Dad and I looked at alternatives. I decided to pursue an MVQ in childcare and education at Stanmore College. I didn't quite achieve the grades I needed to do the course I wanted at university, so what were my options? Luckily, we found a summer school course at Middlesex University, and passing that helped me achieve entry. But I'm sure everyone thought that it would be impossible for me to get a degree. Everyone but me. For me it was a no-brainer. After all, a degree was the norm in my family. My brother, my cousins and my friends all went to university, and so why shouldn't I? After all, I am normal, aren't I? I remember my dad and I, just as anyone else would, researched the universities for the course that I wanted to do, and although most of us want to leave home and become independent, it was not the best option for me. I have a weekly infusion of enzyme which my body lacks. It would have been difficult for me to live away as I can't self-cannulate, something else I may need to learn, another challenge. Again, special needs came to my help. And at Middlesex University, they organised for a cab to drive me to and from the university. I was the envy of some of my peers, rocking up in a Mercedes or something, and the driver getting out to open the door for me. I took my university course 1 year, 1 term, even 1 week at a time. I used a laptop and a dictaphone. I recorded the lectures and I listened to them over and over again to try to remember and understand. I worked very hard. No parties or undergraduate shenanigans for me. One of my biggest dreams and triumphs was to achieve a BSc Honours in Psychology with Education. And guess what? I did it. The next challenge is to secure a job and learn to drive. Do you think I can achieve this? As with most new graduates, it's difficult to get that first break. Christine Leary gave me my first break, my first temporary job. That paid. I was so grateful. I worked for the MPS Society for 8 weeks in 2017 and loved it. Mum was panicking about my commute, me getting the train on my own for the first time. Christine reassured her that I would be fine, and luckily, the journey from Wembley to Amersham was always against the London commuter traffic, and with very little congestion. So ideal, and it made me feel so independent, although I did miss my stop once and ended up in Baker Street, which incidentally my mum did notice, as we keep tabs on each other using the Find a Friend app. I would love to get a job as a special needs teaching assistant, working with young children with special educational needs. As I said, Senkos have helped me all the way through my education, and I would like to do the same. Until I secure that job, I volunteer at a local primary school 2 days a week, and I am also a volunteer for the MPS Society, where I help at the conferences and events such as today. At the end, I would just like to say, throughout our lives we all have challenges, we all have triumphs, and we all have dreams. Some of us also have MPS, but don't let that deter you. Go forth and conquer. As a quote from Cinderella's story says, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I too feel that I will not hold myself back just because of my inner fears. Thank you all again for listening. I'm Simran Bhachu, and also Happy Wednesday, and wear blue.